What's up guys, it's Michael here. In this video, we're gonna talk about the 3 types of income brackets. I got a lot of friends that are doctors, they make a lot of money after graduating school and college. They come to me and say, yeah man, I make a lot of money. But in reality, they're still a slave to society because they're still trading their time for income. What I mean by is, for example, in 2020, this year of this disease, which is gonna be a historical moment, a lot of people lost their jobs. And it just taught them and realized that like, hey, I have no money coming in and I have no investments such as stocks, real estate, all sorts of investments. They have none of them. And they realize they have no money saved up, no emergency funds. They realize, oh God, they're in trouble. There are a lot of people who lost their jobs and realize that they have to look how financially they need to sustain themselves. So basically, this is a lesson to be learned in the future that if an event like this ever happens again, you gotta put yourself in their shoes. So if you're away from those brackets and you're making a lot of money itself, then you have to worry about this video. So today I'm going to break down the 3 types of income. The first one, I break it down to 3. The first one, I say probably a majority of the people are in this first bracket. For example, they call them the slaves. For me, I call them the yards. So within this bracket, majority of people in this bracket do not make enough money. For example, this can even include doctors and lawyers or even high income jobs that work in Silicon Valley. If they don't invest, I say majority at least between 70 through 85% of people are in here. The reason why, for example, during COVID, during this time, when you lose your job, you have no investments, making you money, and no money's coming in, what are you gonna do? You're basically going to negative value net worth. So if that is the case, then you're in this category, the yards. Next category, I suggest that majority of people dream of achieving one day, rich category. So what the difference between the rich category and the yards is they invest. They basically own houses, stocks, bonds, now even crypto, anything that makes them money. So basically, whatever business they have or jobs they work, they usually have some type of side income, or basically call them the side hustlers, or more than one income bracket. The good part is this part can be broken up to many types of brackets. So majority, I split this into 2 brackets actually I considered. So once you start investing, if you start investing, you officially hit the rich category. A person making $100,000 a year can actually be considered a rich person as long as they invest. If they invest, they basically took their first step into a rich category. So these are the investors. They invest in themselves. For example, they have housing, properties, housing, real estate. They also have stocks and bonds. And most importantly, most people in this area in the rich category are usually running businesses. So basically, the most important takeaway, the biggest step between the slaves and the rich people is within these small 3 little categories. But if you want to become within the rich category is majority of people who are chasing the lifestyle that they want to achieve one day. They don't want to hit the next category, but they want to live a happy life, easy, fulfilling, don't have to worry about money, you can do whatever they want. Then you have to hit this rich category. If you're a part of slave or yards category, you're always got to be working for life because you have no money coming in. No money coming in, you cannot do what you want to do. So the main takeaway between these 2 categories, if you run a business and you invest in yourself, then you can officially hit the rich category. My best advice for people to hit this category is simply run a business. If you run a business, you have a chance to get back into the rich category because you have a business, you invest, more money comes in. So, or how does the rich category, people ask, how do they make their money? They make money from the yards or the slaves of society. So these type of people spend all their money, buy all their stuff from the rich, and the rich make more money and they can buy whatever and live the lifestyle they want. And you must be asking, what is the next category? How can it be anything higher than that? The next category, or basically you're looking at the multimillionaires and the billionaires, which is called the wealthy. You must be wondering, what's the difference between the rich and the wealthy? It's pretty simple. This is basically like the pyramid food chain. Humans ourselves are on top of the food chain and everyone else is below. So this is the same concept applies. So basically the yards, they make their money, no investments, they spend all they want, they don't save, they don't plan for their financial. Then they buy all the stuff, most of the stuff they buy from the rich and the wealthy, mainly the rich because they can afford the wealthy's product. Then the rich, If they slack off, decide like, okay, fine, I hit where I want it, I own multiple houses, I invest in myself, I may or may not have a business, because this is why this is split into two categories. And they start using money left and right, then where is all that money useful? For example, let's say a rich person makes, let's say a doctor or pharmacist make about 100 to $500,000 a year. They have investments in stocks, they have houses, they have all the extra money, what are they gonna use it on? So that is where the wealthy comes in. The wealthy makes money from the rich and the yatard. So the wealthy are people who own, same thing, businesses, mainly, compared to the other ones, they're mainly corporations. For example, the corporations that can be owned, that majority of people should know today, for example, big names, Tesla, that's a corporation. They went IPO. So they have stocks and bonds. So we have everyone from the rich who can afford their products, such as their vehicles, buy into their products. So Elon Musk is wealthy. The rich people buy from him. So wealthy gets even richer. That's why the rich gets richer and the poor get poorer. It's pretty simple. It's 1, 2, and 3. So what wealthy do? Big businesses, corporations, most importantly, compared to the upper level rich and beginning level wealthy, they hire employees. The biggest difference is the wealthy beginning to understand that now it's a time where I don't have time. Time is now not a factor anymore. For rich, before time is not a factor, but once they have wealthy, time is a factor. So there's only 24 hours a day, how much they can do in a single day. So what they have to do is start allocating their work, which is their time, to other employees. So to hire a lot more employees, when they hire more employees, they can allocate their time somewhere else. So these are the people who are on the tens of millions, and the rich within this category are the people that make around at least the 7 figures. So usually these people are here making a few million a year, own their businesses. The more money to make, majority of the time, people usually don't save, and they usually buy products from the wealthy. So if you're asking me where you want to hit in life, definitely you don't want to be here, the yatards. If you're a yatard, you're always going to be restrained financially. For example, this current disease that's outbreaking, if you're in the yatards category, you're currently probably hitting most likely financial trouble. So the goal of everyone, I say majority of people who will say that money is not a problem, it's not an issue, it's not how you define who you are, it's a load of crap. Money, if you want to chase a lifestyle you want to live, and you don't want to have money as a financial problem or burden in your choices, because what money is giving you options. Giving you options to say no and say yes to whatever you do. So my suggestion to you is, if you're currently in the yatards right now, basically people who are trading their time for money, you want to at least start investing in houses, stocks, and maybe start a business. So whatever job you're starting right now, either start a business or start investing in stocks, start working on those. And once you start owning these, within these 3, you'll take your first step into the rich category. I say majority of people want to be at least within their life and want to be financially successful has to be at least within this bracket. So you can take a first step, you can be in it here, but I think the perfect spot is for people who don't want to worry about financial problems, at least be between the rich sector. So between a business, you can have a small business and own investments and houses, I think you'd be perfectly fine. For people who are rich and want to become the wealthy, then you have to think differently. You have to be solving problems in the market. For example, Elon Musk, what problem did he solve in the market? Recently, he solved the electrical problems in the market. For example, cars, you notice gasoline vehicles are not improving. So he makes electrical vehicles. And what's after that? If electrical vehicles itself, once it got to a level that it cannot really improve as much anymore, what's the biggest thing that he can shake the whole entire market, including scare off the government and get both parties to not like him? It's simply make electricity free market. So all the houses everyone pays becomes free market. You don't have to rely on the government for power. You don't have to pay them for power anymore. So that is where you want to change society, is when you want to hit the wealthy level. I personally find that majority of people, including myself, want to be within the rich category and getting close to wealthy. That's it for this video. I'll see you next time on my YouTube channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Peace.